All right, welcome. Have you ever found yourself wondering what a product manager actually does all day? It's funny, it's one of the most important jobs in the tech world, but it can also be one of the most misunderstood. So today, we're going to open up the toolkit and really demystify the art and the science of being a great PM. Let's dive in. So if you boil it all down, this is where a product manager lives, right at this incredible crossroads. Think of them as the hub of a wheel, the ultimate connector. They're the one translating the big business goals into things engineers can actually build, all while being the #1 champion for the user. It's a constant, and I mean constant balancing act between these three worlds. And to pull that off, to really thrive in that central role, you need a seriously diverse skill set. We're talking about being able to think about the big picture, the long-term strategy, but in the very next meeting, having this deep, empathetic understanding of a single customer's problem. You gotta love the data, but you also have to be ruthless about prioritizing and, of course, rally the entire team to make it all happen.
Okay, so let's really nail this down. At their absolute core, product managers are not just task managers or feature factories. No, they are the ultimate problem solvers. They're obsessed with one thing above everything else, driving real, tangible value. Value for the user and value for the business. That's the whole game.
And this table here, man, it really gives you a sense of just how wide-ranging this job is. I mean, one morning, you might be on calls with users, really digging into their pain points. That afternoon, you're knee-deep in spreadsheets, analyzing data. And then you might end the day presenting the long-term product vision to leadership. You literally touch every single part of a product's life. So with all that going on, where in the world do you even begin? Well, you start with the most fundamental tool you have, your strategic compass. It's all about making sure that before you take a single step, you know exactly where you're going, and more importantly, why you're going there. And strategy isn't just some vague, fuzzy idea. It's a framework. It's a ladder. You start way up high with the vision, the North Star. Then you break that down into concrete goals. From there, you figure out the specific initiatives that will help you hit those goals. And here's the crucial part. You define the metrics that will tell you, without a doubt, if you actually succeeded. Okay, so let's make this real. Imagine you're a new PM starting a job. Those first 90 days are absolutely critical. And you don't just jump in and start telling people what to build. No way. The first month is all about learning the product, the market, and especially the users. Then you use all that new knowledge to spot the real opportunities. It's only in that final month that you actually start to prioritize and execute. It's all about discipline.
This brings us to what is, maybe, the most important part of a PM's job. Look, you will always have more ideas than time and resources. Always. A great product manager isn't defined by all the cool features they build. They're defined by the hard, strategic choices they make about what not to build. It's all about deciding what truly matters. And here's the good news. You're not just guessing. You have tools for this. Let's say you've got a huge list of potential features. You might use something like the RICE framework, that's reach, impact, confidence, and effort, to give them an objective score. Or if you're planning a big release, you might use Moscow to decide what you must have versus what you should have. Each one is a specialized tool for a different kind of problem. But here's the secret. This is the golden rule that makes all those fancy frameworks actually work. No matter which one you choose, every single decision you make has to tie directly back to a core business goal or a real painful user problem. If it doesn't, you can't defend it. And if you can't defend it, you shouldn't build it. Period. Okay, so tying your decisions back to goals means you need proof, right? You need evidence. And that's where our next set of tools comes in. A good PM has great intuition, for sure. But a great PM knows how to take that intuition and validate it with cold, hard data, turning a hunch into a genuine insight. You can think of a PM as a doctor for their product. They're constantly checking its vital signs across the whole user journey. Are we getting new users? That's acquisition. Are they actually signing up and getting value? That's activation. Are they coming back? That's engagement and retention. And of course, are we making money? Each of these tells a critical part of the story. So when you think you have a good idea for a change, you don't just push it out and cross your fingers. You use a scientific method, like A/B testing. You start with a clear hypothesis. I believe that changing this button from blue to green will increase clicks. You test it, you measure the results, and you let the data tell you which version won. It's an incredibly powerful way to remove guesswork. Okay, so you've got a killer strategy.
Your priorities are crystal clear. Your decisions are backed by data. But guess what? None of that matters if you're the only one who knows about it. This brings us to our final and maybe most important tool, the communication megaphone. A huge part of being a PM is being a master translator. You have to realize that your engineering lead is thinking about technical debt, while your marketing partner is thinking about the launch story, and the CEO is asking about ROI. They all speak slightly different languages and care about different things. Your job is to tell the same story, but in a way that connects with each and every one of them. And this framework right here is your secret weapon for making that happen. It's so simple, but so powerful. Notice how it doesn't just focus on the what. It forces you to explain the why, the reason behind the decision. It makes you think about the impact, the risks, and gives everyone clear next steps. There's no room for confusion. Honestly, clarity is kindness. So we've laid out all of the tools. Now, let's switch gears. I want to put you in the driver's seat for a second and have you think through a couple of classic PM challenges. It's time to put the toolkit to work. The million-dollar question. This is the one you'll always get asked. And now you know the answer, right? It's all in that prioritization toolkit we just talked about. You'd use a framework like value versus effort, and you'd anchor every single decision in your core strategy and your KPIs. The stuff you choose to say no to is what defines your product's success. And here it is, the ultimate test of a PM. You're stuck in the middle, but your job isn't to take sides. Your job is to be the objective hub. You dig deeper, you find out the real user need behind that sales request. You work with engineering to understand the real constraints. Then you bring everyone together to find a creative solution. It's about facilitation, not dictation.
And really, this quote just says it all. If there's one thing you take away from our time today, let it be this. Anybody can ship features. It's easy to be busy. But delivering features that actually achieve a specific outcome, that move the needle for the business and solve a real problem for users, that is the entire job.
So, when you put it all together, the essence of a great PM is this beautiful mix. It's having deep empathy for your users, combined with a sharp understanding of the business. It's having the discipline to say no, while also knowing how to balance your data with your hard-earned intuition. It's all of these things working together. We've unpacked the whole thing. Strategy, prioritization, data, communication. The entire toolkit is right there in your hands. So the only real question left is, what important problem are you going to solve first?